Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again where we talk about GALA, because there's a lot of news that I have to share with you. This is Classic Games. If you enjoy the content, as always, like and subscribe, but as always, we're excited for the games to finally come to their conclusion, aka we want them to release, let's be honest. Okay, so let's talk about this right now, because I've got a couple things. For one, Eternal Paradox playtest is over. That game is goated. That game is going to be crazy. Korean 4X grand strategy game. And boy, Dubstep actually got rank 1 on this, so big shout out to him. But we've got another one. I'm gonna kind of blitz through these a little bit. The last expedition node sale for GALA is here. If you guys are interested, do support the channel. Click the link, links.gala.com/classycrypto. But let me talk about this for a second, because what is the last expedition game in general? This is actually a game that has pretty high key developers. Like, these are some pretty massive guys. They've worked on notable titles. And they're pretty much making a survival game. They're making an extraction game where you're supposed to go ahead and collect these fragments, and then you just collect this big old core that alerts everybody. It's actually pretty sick. I have played the playtest before, and by the way, this is open to node owners. So if you do decide to get a node, you're going to be able to not only own and operate a custom server, but you're also going to be able to go ahead and try out the game right now in its very early alpha state. I think it was a pretty cool experience, and the community is pretty tight-knit, so that's always an opportunity there. Another big thing I kind of wanted to talk about was the Dark and Darker situation. This has to do with a Steam game. It was massive. A lot of people were playing. It's actually a pretty good game called Dark and Darker, where they were sued by a massive studio called Nexon because of some patent infringements. Now, this has to do with the fact that they were allegedly using these things. Of course, this is a lawsuit, so I'm not going to go too deep into this. But guess what? Decentralized servers are really important. Just going back to this node thing, if they shut down Last Expedition, this game cannot die. The whole planned obsolescence theory, which I'm going to be going into a little deeper into this video, which you're going to want to stay tuned for, it doesn't even apply because of Last Expedition. Last Expedition nodes make it so that no matter what, you're going to be able to make this game go live. Decentralized servers give games a lifespan that's pretty much unlimited, because as long as there's someone that's there to load servers up, that's all you need. And so next thing I want to kind of tap into is Fortnite. Fortnite has actually gone ahead and released their Fortnite Creative 2.0. This is pretty cool because of the fact that, hello, it's sick, but it also makes Fortnite customizable. There's a sandbox version of this game. There's an Unreal editor that looks sick. There's a bunch of different experiences that people are going ahead and making. So why I wanted to mention this on this video, because GALA has a lot to do with interoperability. And if we can get something going that's similar to Fortnite, that's going to be really big, especially like on an IP like Voxverse, which Voxverse is supposed to be pretty much the metaverse for the GALA Games ecosystem, the holy grail for everything. I think Voxverse could easily be the Fortnite Unreal Engine, Fortnite Creative 2.0, where everybody's super hyped to be able to have interoperable games and make a bunch of different things in assets. I think it's going to be super exciting. That's just another thing that's happening. So in other news, we have Q1, which is ending very soon. March 31st is the end of Q1. And it seems like Play to Earn is scheduled on Superior to release in Q1. This was actually on their announcement of their plan, their roadmap here. And we see Superior here saying Play and Earn for Superior will launch in Q1. GALA will be the game token, which is interesting because GALA has actually become a more and more critical component of the GALA Games ecosystem. All roads lead back to GALA. Right? Every road leads back to GALA. That's what they're essentially doing. They're simplifying that. These in-game economies that don't really have tokens that sustain their values is a big problem in the play to earn or the crypto gaming space. GALA is just simplifying this and saying, hey, we're just going to use GALA as the token for rewards, and GALA is going to hold its own. That's going to be that. That's all we need to worry about. And I think this is a pretty cool approach. Of course, this is not definitive. It's planned. Some people are a little bit upset. The clock is ticking. And if it does release on quarter one. It's going to be super exciting. So we'll see what happens here. Spear is definitely one of my top games in the crypto space. So if this actually ends up happening, I expect a flurry of new people to actually enter this game, which would pretty much hit all-time highs in terms of people playing the game. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Champions Arena, which is a game that I'm actually super hyped about. This is a game on the GALA Games marketplace right now. You can actually go ahead and check this out yourself. But essentially, Champions Arena is a turn-based RPG game. It has a pretty cool thing going out with mechanics in terms of their cards that can go ahead and up themselves in tiers. If you get two of the same cards, you make them into a tier 2 card, etc., right? You have your energy system, and it's pretty cool because you can go ahead and upgrade your troops, etc. Now, what I wanted to talk about in terms of Champions Arena was the fact that they've confirmed a playtest will be happening on GALA next month. Toyami says there is a playtest scheduled for April. So that's going to be very exciting. He's saying as well, or she, yes, you will also be able to play the game on PC through the GALA launcher. So this is a PC release. On Eternal Paradox, we saw like a $5,000 price pool for the playtest. So I don't know if that's going to happen for Champions Arena, but it is something that you should definitely be looking at in terms of playtest. Every playtest you should be looking at. Every playtest is just an opportunity to get into these games before everybody else is getting into them, and giving the developers an ability essentially to go ahead and make sure that the experience is the best it could possibly be. That's what these playtests are for, and that's why these playtests are so important. Now, the next one I wanted to talk about is Mirandus. Mirandus actually having their tech test report, and this one's a pretty big one because everybody's looking forward to the Mirandus playtest. This is a big deal in the GALA game sphere, with most people just kind of here for Mirandus. And so they've gone ahead and announced when they expect their playtest to be live. They don't have an exact date, so don't come after me if it doesn't happen exactly when it happens. But they've said that they have about 2 more weeks of work until they're ready to have the next playtest live. So could happen next month, maybe. Could happen the month after that. I don't know. But what we do know is that it's going to take at least 2 weeks. So the people that are looking at Mirandus right now as an ecosystem, you've got 2 more weeks ahead of you before you actually get the definitive answer of when this playtest is going live. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is kind of the holy grail of it all. Getting people interested, getting people into this ecosystem. And here's why I wanted to make this thread here about why I was excited for the ecosystem. And I kind of wanted to go a little bit back here for a second because of the fact that some people are just going off here in terms of the year 1 crypto game thing. And I think that this is a big deal. We're year 1. Everybody's beginning to look at these games that are going on playtests consistently. You saw everything on this video, right? There's a million playtests. There's a bunch of different updates here. A ton of stuff. I haven't covered GALA in, like 2-3 days, and we already have all these different updates. So there's definitely a lot happening in this ecosystem, and their GALA mobile pivot is going to be absolutely massive when a bunch of these games inevitably end up going mobile. And, planned obsolescence is obsolete. People can't just start killing games off because we have things like nodes over here just making it that much easier to continue a game's life even after its planned life demise happens. And this is a big plus to being in the GALA ecosystem. This is also a massive deal because there's stuff like MapleStory entering the space where they're saying their NFTs are going to be interoperable in all of MapleStory's stuff. GALA could do the same thing, right? You can have a Mirandus NFT in a game on Champions Arena, for example. If they do a collaboration in the future, that's epic. That's kind of like Fortnite on steroids. So I feel like we're starting to get closer to the point where people can kind of look forward to gameplay and they can look forward to ecosystems as a whole instead of just like, okay, win this game, win that. So there's definitely a lot to look forward to. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section in terms of GALA. Want to support the channel? Literally just use the link if you're buying anything on GALA. So until the next time, stay classy, and that's all.